Good morning, cult members, and welcome to Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is going to be our couple days late quick review of episodes 1 and 2 of The Skeleton Crew. A little housekeeping from us. We're a couple days late because somebody's appendix decided that it needed to be evacuated from somebody's body. And another thing for this is going to be one of our shorter reviews just because of everything that's been going on. And so we're just going to hit some highlights and then get out of here so she can go back to bed. All right. So when they announced this, everybody was excited for a kind of a different storytelling process within Star Wars.
Most people were excited. There were a few who were like,
We're not going to talk.
What is this, Goonies?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is actually.
Yes.
This is the Amblin style adventure. It is got kids as the center of the story, but it's not necessarily a kids show, i.e., Stranger Things,
Right.
That kind of thing.
Right.
And this is exactly what I want.
Yeah. It's been super fun so far. I would like more of these. So we'll have to wait. But yeah, and it was fun, all the little just the Star Wars Easter eggs and the like Goonies Easter eggs and I'm sure there was some. I think there was some E.T. Oh, there was a Pirates of the Caribbean Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And so that was all fun.
Yeah. John Watts, who's the showrunner for this, directed the first episode. He did a couple episodes of The Mandalorian and had this idea, and he went to John and Dave, and they said, that's a great idea. Let's put it within the confines of The Mandalorian, the Mandoverse. So this is going on the same time as Ahsoka and Season 3 of The Mandalorian with all the Mandalorian stuff.
Right.
And so there is definitely something that they want to introduce in this show, from my point of view, that is outside of known stuff, because at Aden is this planet that all the kids are from, and when they get on the ship and it automatically takes off, and SM-33 decides to take them to the last known place that he knows of, which is the pirate Tortuga, essentially.
Great, yeah, Space Tortuga.
Space Tortuga. Everybody at the spaceport, at the pirate port, doesn't believe that they're actually from at Aden.
Yeah.
And so this mystical place, i.e., One-Eye Willie's ship, or
there's something. I mean, from the very first episode when they kind of showed the weird looking atmosphere and then the stars, but they were all red lights that were perfectly aligned.
Yeah.
You're like, this is weird. And you even said there's something going on with this planet. Like it's urban militaristic. I mean,
I had this like Stepford
suburban
community.
militaristic.
Suburban.
Yeah.
I had the Stepford kind of like everything's in its place kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Like everybody has the predestined what they're supposed to be. You have to be like they're taking a career assessment test at like what 9, 10. Like I can't imagine the twins trying to figure out what they want to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let alone what they're going to do for the rest of their lives. But there's this, as it's presented in this community, this is how they are.
A lot of pressure. Like, and the Whim, is that his name? Whim,
yeah.
I mean, his dad is just like
the worst.
Right, but is there what's going on that's making him like that? Right.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some other pressures that is forcing him to kind of, because he just has pretty much left his kid to raise himself.
Mom's gone.
Mom
and made Whim Lockheed
died,
kid.
I guess. Yeah. So
I'm thinking that maybe that mom might be like, she found out.
Oh,
and they left, and she left.
Yeah.
And that's why Whim is kind of on his, like, he has this adventure side. He thinks, they found a Jedi temple on this planet, and actually that's what the starship ends up being that crashed. The kids are all amazing. Whim, Fern, Neil is just a vibe, and KB. KB's the one with the visor,
Yeah.
and she's plugged in. And I'm trying to think.
Geordie LaForge.
Yeah, but, Lando's guy who like did all this stuff.
Oh, right.
It's that kind of setup.
Yeah. Like his engineer.
Yeah, his second
Tech
command
guy,
or whatever.
yeah.
But the four kids are awesome. They embody the being 10 and being adventurous and wanting to do something, and maybe
They might be
not necess-
12.
Maybe okay, 12. Okay,
Granddaughter, not not the twins.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But they all have this kind of. They all are falling into or being pulled towards their preconceived what they're supposed to be on Aunt Atten. They're already starting to do like Neil's like doesn't want to rock the boat, and he wants to kind of make sure that we go by the rules, and is always kind of timid. And Fern's like she's the daughter of the magistrate, and so she wants to rebel against that.
Right.
But she still is, trying to be. She's trying to be play by the rules when mom is looking, kind of thing. Because she changed her jacket when she got home to make it look like more of the school jackets like they had, but then she reversed it inside out with the kind of the bomber jacket kind of look.
She's just trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes.
Yeah, and KB is
what
just
she
along
wants.
for the ride with her friend, and Wim is the starry-eyed kid who's dreaming of Jedi and all that kind of stuff. So each of them bring a different dynamic to their group, and they still argue like 12-year-olds,
Oh yeah.
Who's
boys against the girls and
yeah.
yeah.
The pirate planet, holy cow. All the practical
Is
stuff.
it a planet or is it just a giant ship that other ships are attached to?
There's some rocks floating there.
Is there? Okay.
Kind of like nowhere a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's definitely Tortuga. Like, it's
Yeah.
definitely that kind of thing. But all the practical costumes, all the practical sets, they use the volume as the backdrop. So whenever they're inside the port itself, the backdrop is space where all the ships are and everything. And so it looks like they use the volume for that.
Yeah.
And not necessarily up close detailing that we got in other shows.
Yeah.
Which is a really good use for that. But just, it looks like that dirtiness that you would expect from a pirate port. And
yeah,
the
definitely.
tattoo shop with the droid that's
Yeah.
all tatted up and all that kind of stuff. The introduction of Jude Law in both the opening minutes as the pirate captain who went after the booty, and the booty wasn't there except for one coin.
Yeah.
And then there was a mutiny.
I think that might have been a setup.
I think that was a setup. Yeah, I agree.
It was convenient. There was only one
Yeah.
credit in that whole thing.
Yeah. And then we get reintroduced to helmetless Jude Law in the end of the second episode in the prison where they're trying to get the key from the lock, which is very
Right.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And he uses the Force to pull the key to
Right.
him.
Which does not make him a
Does not
Jedi.
make it in
Makes him a
Wim's
Force user.
in Wim's mind, yet it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think. Do I still have the pop over there? I think I do. Haja from the Kenobi series, who kind of used magic tricks to use the Force and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's what Jude Law's character is going to be doing. Jod Nanado, Jod, they hate us. Jod Nanadwood is his name.
Nanadwood.
No. I think he's using sleight of hand or something else. I don't necessarily think that he is. And if he is a Force user, I find it very interesting that he's just kind of been waiting in the cave.
Yeah. And that was my question, too.
Yeah.
Like, why, if you could have got the key, although
once he's out, how does he get off of the planet without a ship?
Right, and
out of
so
port.
maybe that's why because either way, whether he used the Force or he used some kind of magic trick,
Yeah.
he's been able to get out of there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, why? But yeah, if he was waiting for them to put somebody else in the cell that had a ship, then he could.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be in for a surprise when he finds out it's his ship.
Yeah. They talked about no, not. Oh my God, they hate us with these names. With Atten, that it's all the pirates are like, this is a fairy tale. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's the lost old Republic planet that was the treasure planet that whatever.
Right.
And so them and using the Old Republic credits, they've talked about that there's going to be a ton of Old Republic references, just overall Disney's kind of storytelling kind of aspects with the pirates and the Goonies
Yep.
and the kind of stuff.
Yep.
And there's also going to be like other strange things happening in the background, like the Captain EO pet, the little pink flying thing.
Yeah, winged furry thing. Yeah.
Which is from the Michael Jackson ride from Disney World from
Right.
the 80s.
Right.
So if there's going to be us, like, going to be talking about the long discussions about what we're trying to say with the story and all that kind of stuff and the adventure of it. It's kind of hard to kind of get an idea what they want to tell with the story overall after 2 episodes when they're just doing world building.
Yeah.
If you're wanting a breakdown of everything, go watch New Rockstars, which is exactly what we're going to go do right now. I have to write an article first, but I really liked how they've set up everything so far with just the world building. The kids are amazing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Jude Law cannot not look sexy. Him with the freaking cuffs on and the hood up, and he's just like kind of has that kind of Stamber, like SM-33, the Nick Frost droid.
Yeah, and that, like over one eye.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
mysterious eye patch.
I found that very interesting that they made a point of doing that with SM-33 with the peg leg and he walking and stuff like that. And then Jude's character, Jod, is kind of had the same kind of walk and stuff. So like when you said it's his ship, I'm like, it's an Old Republic ship. No, but maybe there's a connection to somewhere in there, I think.
Oh, well, I thought it was the ship.
Well, if it's been
From the
crashed,
beginning.
I don't think so. That big, long one that was doing the attacking.
No, I thought it was the one being attacked.
Being attacked, yeah.
And then he took it over. Well, I guess it wouldn't have been his ship because he got. But maybe they.
But then how is he in?
We'll see.
Yeah. See, that's details like that we've watched the
But
episode
he might
once.
recognize it as the ship he was attacked on. He was turned against.
Yeah. So
Mutinied on. There we go. Words are hard for Elmo.
drugs. So let us know what you thought of this quick review in the comments down below. Please be nice. Like we said, we're going to have much longer episodes talking about the kind of the themes and stuff like that as we go further. But since somebody needs to go lay down, we're gonna call it good right now. So please be nice and tell us how excited you are for this series. Follow us on the YouTube side. Hit subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications on the podcast side. Follow us here, share with your friends for both, all that kind of stuff. And we're on all the social media stuff: Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, and that other one that we don't talk about anymore. I am not going to be posting, but we're on it if you want to go follow us there. All the links are in the description down below. And until next time, cult members, good afternoon, good evening, and good night now.